Yo. Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. So nice to be back. As always, I am Brett like a king made as Kelvin Cately. Here with my co-host, the fabulous one, Frankie D.
What's up?
How are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm copacetic, man. What up with it?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Doing wonderful. It's been a good new year. How have you been since? Actually, we've seen each other. We ain't got to go through all this.
Exactly. We ain't got to do all that. Yeah, we ain't got to go. We ain't got to go
through each other.
Yeah, all that fake shit.
Oh shit! For those who don't know, Frank D and I, we went to the Royal Rumble together with Mac, aka your boy, and Frank D's wife. So we spent our hard-earned money. We were front and center for the Royal Rumble. Got to experience all the pleasant surprises and countdowns, and we even got Booker T doing the spin-a-rooney, which if you follow us on IG, I posted that. I popped really hard for Booker T.
You sure about that?
Yeah, it was a loud pop for Booker T. And
you sure you popped big for him? Because I don't know. I mean, I saw the video. It didn't look like no pop to me. It almost looked like oh, this motherfucker.
It's exactly what it was.
I mean,
it's exactly what it was. You know what? I did pop for Booker T when he got eliminated.
What's your issue with Booker T?
Booker is a company guy, bro, and honestly, I don't have any issue with him anymore. But I just think in a lot of instances, Booker was being a company guy and flying the WWE banner, especially with some outside stuff that was going on. I wasn't a fan of it. But I've since changed my tone on Booker because he did a podcast and he was very real about how he felt about a lot of things. And I actually it made me look at him in a different light. So
what the brother say?
Just how he tries to train his talent, the talent that he's actually responsible for. Which there's a lot of talent in the WWE now that he's actually responsible for, and he stays pretty much quiet on like the talent that succeeds, except for Roxanne Perez, which he's commentating on NXT, and he couldn't hold his excitement for her. So that's explainable. But he's responsible for a lot of people being made. Him and Mark Henry have a lot of black wrestlers that are up and coming or stars in the game right now. It's either Mark Henry or Booker T are partially responsible for them going up there and getting up that far. So that holds a lot of weight with me. And again, I wasn't a fan of his, but he made me a fan of his. So,
well, that's what's up. I mean, Booker T is, whether I agree or disagree with a lot of things he says, I respect Booker. I was watching Booker T.
The respect is always there.
The respect is always there. You know what I'm saying? I was, watching Booker T way back in the day. When they first started out in WCW, I didn't see him when they were in Global, but I did see him when they were in WCW as Harlem Heat, and then just watched, as Booker T just as he went, as a singles wrestler when he beat the Disco Inferno for the TV championship for the first time on that Nitro the day after Starrcade, and just see him go from that to the World Heavyweight Championship later on, and to be the final champion for WCW, and then to come over to the WWE. and just have success and take his career to a whole nother different level. I always will respect that, and I'll always respect Booker T for that whole we coming for you moment. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
for you, nigga.
some of the shit that dude says, I just real talk. Some of the shit that dude says, I can't fuck with it.
And that's where I am. That's where I am.
Yeah.
I can agree to disagree with
Right.
him, but the respect is always going to be there. So
respect. That's it. Yep.
Yep. So
and
that's where I am with Booker.
And on the previous podcast today, we interviewed Booker T a few years ago, and Booker, he was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of big, trying to big dog, play or whatever. But I wasn't going for that. So it is what it is. But yeah, he cool. It was cool to see him in the Rumble. That was actually probably shit, man. That's probably one of the second times that I've seen Booker T perform. Because every time I would go to a house show or something like that, or go to a Raw, Booker wasn't there. Booker was on SmackDown, so you didn't really get to see Booker T. So that was probably one of the first times I've seen him perform, and then to hear that rap sheet, that Harlem Heat music play in the building, that was top notch. I was like, I'm
not gonna lie to you, that Harlem Heat shit goes fucking hard.
That was a mark out moment for me.
Yeah, that shit goes hard as fuck in the building. I won't lie.
Hell yeah.
It was just hard for me to be like, oh yeah, it's Booker at the time, and I'm like,
but I'm gonna tell you right now, the one complaint that I got about the show, all right, it was the Alamo Dome in general. Man, those are the most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat in. They fucking little as shit.
Yeah.
And they are uncomfortable. I'm like, man,
it's almost like you had to stand up, because for the majority of that show I was on my feet.
Yeah.
And like if I sat, it was like very briefly.
Right.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. What you're saying.
But other than that,
overall,
motherfuckers was cool. They was popping like crazy. Had people in my section going.
Our section was fucking lit, bro. I think we had the best section in the building. Honestly, that section was lit as fuck. The dude that was impersonating LA Knight.
Right.
They had the referees out there.
He made it. And then the referee was funny as hell. When the main event was going on, and they go 1, 2, and this fool would get up and do he'd do like a 2, and he put his shoulder up, whatever. So they were like, when he did the ref bump and the referee got knocked down, he was actually going to go down to the ring that we were telling him to go.
Everybody popped.
Yeah. Everybody
popped.
Shit.
That shit was funny. Yeah, our section was awesome as fuck. Yeah, we have some cool ass fans. So from there, and that was in January. Also leading up to Elimination Chamber. So much shit happened while we were on hiatus, bro. Like we got a great Elimination Chamber. We got the return, not really return, but the debut in New Japan of Mercedes Mone, which I know that was a big topic of interest. Now she's the New Japan Women's Champion, which shit could be really, really interesting coming towards Forbidden Door time. So I'm hoping we get some good shit, a good build up through companies. But I know right now she wants to face Mickie James. But we got that. We got Cody versus Roman for WrestleMania, which now it looks like they're trying to scale back WrestleMania. I know they were doing the 2-night thing. SoFi may be a big ass bill for them. So I know they're probably gonna try to scale back, because SoFi for 2 days is that's a bill.
I don't think that matters to them. Well, I think they have seen in the past where they put on these gigantic stadium shows, these WrestleManias or whatever, and they put on so many matches that didn't really mean anything. It's time to scale it back. There don't need to be a 4 or 5 hour event, bro. This shit needs to be 3 hours. and just get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Do
Especially
you,
if you're doing it, especially if you got 2 nights going on.
that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think they should scale back from the 2-night system, or keep that but have less matches over the course of 2 nights?
I think they need to get rid of the 2 nights. It just doesn't work for me.
I kind of like it, honestly.
I don't like it.
I wasn't a fan of it.
I don't like it because here's the thing. So what it does is you're forcing people to go back to the same venue 2 days in a row, and that can be an issue. You know, especially if
it's in Inglewood.
It's in Inglewood, so that can be an issue there. Number two, there is nothing on this card that says, "Damn, I got to see that," or "Damn, I got to see this." I'm sorry, it's not. From what the rumor was and what you thought you were going to get and what you thought you were going to see, to what we're at now with Cody versus Roman, when you thought you were getting The Rock versus Roman,
right?
WrestleMania in Hollywood,
right?
I'm sorry, nothing against Cody Rhodes, nothing personal against Cody, but Cody is not on that level. I don't see him on that level. I don't see him as this. I don't see him there. He's still. When I see him in his current persona, it's just AEW Cody Rhodes. And when I think of AEW Cody Rhodes, I think of a mid card guy that was there.
Do you think AEW Cody Rhodes is not enough to sell a venue for WrestleMania?
Bro, the venue was already sold when they thought about The Rock was going to be there. That's why.
Yeah, but that's like a bait and switch, though. Yeah, well, if this whole thing,
it wasn't a bait and switch. It wasn't a bait and switch. Let me tell you why it wasn't.
No, I said it feels like that.
Not really, because WWE never told you The Rock was going to be there.
Exactly. But if the game plan was solid Cody Rhodes, do you think there would have been a great hype around WrestleMania?
No.
If it was just Cody Rhodes and not The Rock?
No, absolutely not. Because here's the thing. People at this point in time, all right, they would rather see Sami Zayn in that spot than Cody Rhodes.
That is true. There are a great number of fans that would rather see Sami Zayn in a main event of WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, and it would be a good thing. But here's where I am with it. I think you blew that load way too early by having that match at Elimination Chamber. Granted, it's in Sami Zayn's hometown, and granted, the storyline probably called for that. But if Rock Roman wasn't the game plan, and Cody Roman is the game plan, I think you call an audible. I think you do Cody Roman at Elimination Chamber, and you do Sammy versus Roman at WrestleMania, because that storyline is that match that they had at fucking Elimination Chamber is a WrestleMania main event. I said that watching the match. That's your WrestleMania, at least night one main event.
You should not have even had Roman at Elimination Chamber.
You shouldn't have.
Should have had. What should have happened? All right, if that was me booking, this is what would have went down. You would have had Sami Zayn enter the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
And win the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Then what you do is you have Roman come out there on SmackDown with the Wise Man, with the rest of the bloodline, and you swerve them like the Horseman did Sting back in the day, when Ole Anderson says, basically, we're giving you 2 hours to give up your championship match against this man right here, and you're out of the Horseman, and we better not see you again, or we're going to drop you where you stand. That's where you go with this situation. Roman basically tells Sami Zayn, you make a choice. Either you with us and you give up that championship match at WrestleMania, or you out of the family. There ain't no Sammy Uso. You ain't nothing.
Yeah,
It did it completely ass backwards. It can't. It was
should have been the test.
Playoff. It was a good playoff. That should have been a test. He should have been in the Rumble. That should have been what it was. Why Kevin Owens was in that match to begin with, I don't know. You could have saved that maybe for
Elimination Chamber.
And then bring Sammy back for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with that. But me watching everything about Elimination Chamber said this is WrestleMania. Everything about it. Because Elimination Chamber, as good as Royal Rumble was, Elimination Chamber was a step up. And I was like, holy shit, this pay-per-view is actually really fucking good. The women's Elimination Chamber I think that was better than the men's one, actually. And you had a great men's chamber. And it just felt like they set stuff up, but it felt huge. And I don't know if it was because it was the Montreal crowd, because that crowd was a crowd. Yeah, that crowd was amazing.
It was the Montreal crowd. Sami Zayn got a reaction there that I haven't heard since Hogan came back there in 2002. That's the reaction that
to me it felt like it was Money in the Bank 2011. Cena versus CM Punk in Chicago.
Nah, go back.
That's what it felt like.
Go back to when Hogan came out there in Montreal.
Hogan, you talking about? Okay. No Way Out.
Well, not No Way Out. No, not No Way Out. Go back to the SmackDown when Hogan came back after he won the championship, the WWE Championship, when he beat Triple H, and he came out there. I think they were in Montreal. They went to Canada, somewhere in between there. Hogan got a reaction that lasted fucking damn near 15 minutes. They would not shut up.
Okay.
That's kind of what Sammy got the other night, and it just proves that how over this guy is.
He's way over.
I was never a fan of Sami Zayn. When I would hear, oh shit, yeah, this dude wants to be world champion, I'm like, that shit will never happen. That's how I felt. But the guy has grown on me. And you know who else has grown on me? So when we was doing this podcast, a few months ago, I was kind of burying this motherfucker right here. But he's grown on me. I find his shit comical. Is Dominic Mysterio.
You better not say it. You bet. I told you. I fucking told you.
Yeah, I saw his what won him over. What won him over for me was I saw his shit that they did a skit with him and Rhea at a restaurant. It was on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, when they kicked Ray out.
Right. And then the police come in there, and fucking Dom is like, "This is a setup. This is a sting. I gotta get out of here." So from that point on, I'm like, okay, this little motherfucker didn't won me over. So
I told you.
That dude is money. So Dominic Mysterio got my vote. Cool. Now that we're on the same page.
Yeah, I was saying that months ago. I'm like, man, you gotta get this dude a chance. I saw it then. I just wasn't seeing it. But I started binge watching some stuff, and when I seen the shit where he went to jail for a couple hours or what it was, and he came back a cholo. Came back dressed like Conan. I'm like, that's what I would love to see Dominic just completely get rid of the gear he has. Let me say this real quick, then we'll get back on that. All right, go ahead.
So they just it says Mercedes Mone brought out the IWGP Women's Championship to the season premiere of The Mandalorian. So she out there at the Mandalorian season.
Bro, she bringing IWGP to Star Wars money?
Got the belt.
That's boss as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
You ain't got nobody from WWE doing that.
No, that's boss as fuck. That.
She brought the belt. So that kind of makes me know right there that she's gonna be in the show. Because why is she there?
That's baller as fuck, bro.
Yeah, she's in a picture. Looks like her with Rosario Dawson. Because you know Rosario Dawson coming out later this year. Ahsoka. Can't wait for Ahsoka.
Damn, that's some pimp shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Damn.
Yeah, so
oh yeah, you know she's in that shit.
It's a picture of her and Rosario holding the belt.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay, that's some shit. That's some shit. Man, but, she done left WWE and just like, man, fuck that. I'm about to shine.
Hell yeah. I ain't got no problem with it.
Me neither.
I can't call her Sasha Botch anymore because that shit don't rhyme.
Well, I don't know.
We gonna see.
I don't know. I know that match she had at Battle of the Valley. It was a great match. Her and Kyrie put on a damn good show.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. The thing too, when it comes down to Mercedes, is that she don't have to be worrying about being all stressed and shit, walking around on eggshells or whatever, worrying about this spot, that
she's
spot.
Free.
She's free to do whatever she wants to. She's basically trying to reinvent herself, is what she did. And to me, honestly, it ain't gonna be no time before you will see her at AEW somewhere.
No, that's why I'm like, Forbidden Door time is like, fuck, man, shit about to go down. Which is like what, June, July?
Yeah.
That's like, yo, shit is about to be crazy out here. Plus, if they work with, I know they had Zack Sabre Jr. rumored to have appeared on Ring of Honor, their tapings, which comes out on Thursday. So if they're really working like this, like, shit's about to be crazy come Forbidden Door time. And that's why I put that poll up in the group.
Yeah.
By the way, the group is back active, folks. So No Gimmicks Podcast fan group. Go ahead and join it again. I put the poll up, and let me actually look at that poll.
Well, as a matter of fact, a lot of because the group was archived, so the group was never deleted. So a lot of the people that were on the group to begin with are still actually there.
Are still active, yeah.
Yeah. So they've been popping up all day or whatever. So people are back in the groove of things, and
it's been a good day. Like, it's only been a day, but
yeah,
this group was like, we were missed. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, well,
they missed us.
People like talking about sports entertainment. So a lot of things have happened in the sports entertainment world, and we gonna get funky like a monkey and talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. So I put up a poll, and 70% voted for it. So I said, since she's eligible, Mercedes Mone is eligible to walk through the Forbidden Door, which matchup would be the best matchup? And the choices were Mickie James, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Jade Cargill, Athena, Thunder Rosa. And overwhelmingly, it was Britt Baker. No surprise there. 70% for Britt Baker. I could see that match happening. I could also see a match with her and Athena happening. Because Athena is the ROH Women's Champion. I can see a match with Mickie James happening because Mickie James is the TNA Knockouts Champion. Jade Cargill can also happen because she's the TBS Champion.
Right.
Although I wouldn't be too for that match because I want both of them to look strong.
Yeah, I wouldn't be for that match either, simply because their gimmicks are very similar.
Yeah.
And I would rather them have an alliance rather than be enemies. That's kind of where I would go with it. So
Jade and Monet, bro.
Yeah. Like for me, I voted for Britt Baker in there because whether people rag on Britt Baker or they don't, one thing about it is when it comes to
Britt's a star.
Britt is, she's that one of that women's division.
Yeah.
She is to what Charlotte Flair is, Becky Lynch is to WWE. That's what she is over here.
But yeah, she was there day one though. You know what I mean? And she was somebody they put the spotlight, and I'll be the first to admit, when they put the spotlight on her, at first I was like, I don't know how the fuck this shit's gonna work.
Right.
Like, I don't know how they're gonna, and I was proven wrong. Like, I was like, Dennis, like, and my mind immediately went to Isaac Yankem, and I'm like, this is gonna be fucking terrible.
But when she turned heel,
oh yes,
at first it was awkward.
Oh yeah,
She hadn't got her groove yet. I remember, a matter of fact, when the pandemic first started, she cut this promo. The week before, there was no crowds allowed anymore. But she cut this promo, and she ragged on these people. And I'm like, this is one of the best heel promos I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
And then the next week, it's the same thing like with Jake, when Jake the Snake showed up. Oh, and Jake and Lance Archer showed up on Rampage.
Yeah. Great spot.
Yeah, finally.
If you haven't watched it, great spot.
Finally. They're doing something.
They got him looking strong.
Right.
You know who I want to see him go up against? I want to see him in a program with Keith Lee.
If they book Keith, I mean, should we go? Should we go? Let's just go right into the AEW.
Let's
right.
pivot.
Because I'm gonna just go like this. All right. I don't know what it is, but so we've been off the show for a while here. She's been on one of our hiatus, whatever. I went to Dynamite back in December.
So did I.
And something is off at the shows. It's just something's wrong here. I don't know what it is. I know they changed the look of the show. They changed the set or whatever, but something's wrong here. And I think I know what the problem is. And it's very simple. The problem is you don't got CM Punk. That's the problem.
Are we going there?
Number two.
Are we going there?
Number two. I said earlier what I said about this guy. But at the same time, he was still one of your EVPs. And he bailed on your asses. So that basically made you look like shit.
Cody Rhodes.
When Cody Rhodes left AEW, even as an EVP, he basically said this place ain't worth it. So I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And when he did
that's
that,
interesting.
when he left there and then showed up at Mania, that wasn't a good sign. But there had been troubles going on before this, and then it all just blew up at the All Out Media Scrum. And then for the fact that they didn't talk about it for so long, haven't mentioned it until this day, and CM Punk is, I guess, ready to come back, you need Punk.
I was going to ask you that. Does AEW need Punk to come back?
Yes. Because you're not moving the needle here. You're not moving shit. You're at the base audience, bro. You start off with 1 million people, and then it drastically goes down from there. You're at your base. You're hardcore. Okay? You bring back CM Punk right now. You bring Punk back. You bring back FTR as Punk's backup, pretty much. You put them against the Elite. You go ahead and bring all the bullshit that happened at the media scrum. You bring it to the forefront. You bring it out there because everybody knows about it already. That's going to cause controversy. Your people are going to be looking at this like, you know what? Damn, this shit's actually more interesting than the Bloodline storyline. Because you know why? Because this shit over here actually is real.
Yeah, there's a
and the realest stuff, the realest issues create a better story.
Yep, you are absolutely correct.
And they can make money with this.
I want to point you to something.
All right.
I tweeted this shit 5 days ago.
Okay.
I said AEW feuds I need to happen. I need Miro versus Keith Lee.
Okay.
If I can't get that, I need Powerhouse Hobbs versus Keith Lee.
We kind of already done seen that, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I need it to happen. Either one of those needs to happen. Or Lance Archer. Fuck it, I'll throw Lance Archer versus Keith Lee in there. All right? I just need Keith Lee to be in a program with somebody big that can fucking move and make a good match. Because him and Dijak put on fucking classics together. And I know he can do it with people. And these people are in AEW that can fucking move.
But he's a lot heavier now than he was in NXT.
This is true. But you can still work. You can still work around that.
I need to see the Book of Hobbs. Personally,
Yes.
we need to see Powerhouse Hobbs get a push.
I need a massive fucking push for Powerhouse Hobbs.
But
I do.
Put Stokely Hathaway with Hobbs.
Why are we not doing this?
I don't know. Why is Hobbs not? Why is Hobbs? I mean, let's just be honest about it. The firm is a whack ass group, but
it was a failed group that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be for MJF going into a storyline with CM Punk.
Why are you calling W Morrissey Big
Bill? I don't like that either.
Why are you calling him that? And why is Big Bill not the official bodyguard for MJF?
I don't know, but this should have happened. This should have happened. You know what? Fuck my list. This is what we need. All right. We need AEW, a team of writers to give us storylines. This is what we need. It doesn't matter. Well, it does to an extent. To an extent, it matters who you write these stories for, because there are certain people that I do want to see. Like, for instance, if I can get FTR and CM Punk versus the Elite, the story writes itself. If I can get Adam Cole versus Swerve, you could build a great story out of that shit. I just need y'all to write the shit. You can write me something. The Guns versus the Acclaimed, write a great story about it. You had them drop the titles to the fucking Guns. Now build a fucking story around it. Give me something credible that I can sink my teeth into instead of just taking the titles off your hottest tag team. And then what are we going to do with them?
You want to build a group. I'm thinking to myself, bro, you have a man right there in AEW right now. All right. His name is the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson has the trademark to, I don't know, certain group out there. Why
don't we have it?
Why have you not pulled the trigger on the Four Horsemen? A new version of the Four Horsemen. Why have we not done this? I don't understand this. First of all, let's get down to the bottom line here. Blackpool Combat Club, right? I think that's still a thing. Can't be a thing anymore. William Regal's not there anymore. None of you guys are from Blackpool, so it's a done deal. All right.
Yeah.
You might as well just call y'all.
Although I do like what they did with Wheeler Yuta and Claudio.
Well, yeah, that's cool. But I'm talking about as far as just call them the Combat Club or some shit.
That won't make sense.
They're not black. They're not from Blackpool. So why the hell are you calling yourself the Blackpool Combat Club? Let's change the name of the group, or don't even mention the damn name of the faction anymore at all. Just come up with something different. But it's just you don't even have the guy there. The guy isn't there anymore. The guy was there. He liked to be in there, but nobody would take advice from him. So he said, "Fuck this," and dipped. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's what it was. You can't tell me otherwise. You got all these people out here that do stupid shit on the show. They have no direction whatsoever on what they're doing. You know, it's like Eric Bischoff says all the time. You got to have an arc, a story arc. Basically, A, B, C, bro.
Give me something I can sink my teeth into.
Exactly. Like Ricky Starks, for instance. Ricky Starks.
Why the fuck did y'all cool him down?
Just why the fuck did you cool down Wardlow? He was your next. That dude was your next Batista. Why did you cool him down for nothing?
Although, and I gotta say, I hope what they're doing with him now leads to something, because they did a sit down with him and JR, and that interview got me to care about him again.
Well, what did he say?
Just how. So they did, you know how Jim Ross used to do these interviews?
Yeah, sit downs.
Yeah, the sit downs. So he told a story about his dad, and he he told a story about his dad and how his dad had cancer, and his dad passed away, and so he grew his hair for the first time ever, and he grew his beard. And he was like, I normally didn't have like facial hair or long hair, but for my dad, like having facial hair and having long hair was like my tribute to him. And he was like, when Samoa Joe cut my hair, he took that away from me. Like I can't honor my dad like I want to. Like you took that away from me. And he was like, you have to pay for it. And I was like, okay, I like that shit.
All right.
I like that shit.
This doesn't make any sense about that. So when did his dad pass away?
They didn't say. They didn't give a timeline.
All right. So
they kept everything vague, which you kind of drawing your own conclusions. But if I'm like really thinking about it, that didn't matter to me. What mattered is the fact that he was actually doing it, and Samoa Joe was like, he was like, I tell Samoa Joe a lot of things, and he was like when we were a tag team, like I told him a lot of things, a lot of personal things that only he would know. So when he cut my hair, he knew what he was doing because I told him this story.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because when he was out there as the champion after he beat MJF, his push was already going down. It was already leveling off. And that was
I can agree with you there.
Way before he even got into it with Samoa Joe. Way before they was even tag teaming. So that makes no sense. Why don't you just say this? Here's the bottom line. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. The people weren't behind me like I thought they were supposed to be behind me. And you know what? I became weak. But now I'm back. Now I'm focused. Now I'm hungry. And I'm going to get back my TNT championship.
So you're saying this is a heelish route. You're saying you
have to rebuild him back up.
So you want him to be rebuilt as a heel, though?
Fuck yeah. You need a heel machine. You're goddamn right.
Here's the problem with that. If I rebrand Wardlow as a heel and the people still care about him and still want to cheer him, then what?
They do
because
that
regardless if his push is cool or not, there are still a lot of people behind Wardlow.
That doesn't matter. They do that with Roman Reigns all the time. They cheer Roman all the time. Roman gets cheered all the time. But Roman's still a heel.
Here's another issue with that. I think Wardlow's a way better face than he is heel. Or not even a face. I think Wardlow's a better anti-hero than he is a hero.
You can't be an anti-hero. You can't be an anti-hero going out there wearing suits.
Why not?
That's not an anti-hero.
Why not?
When you see a guy that's on there that's well dressed in suits and shit, that's a heel. It's always been that way. You look at Ric Flair.
Cody Rhodes wears suits and he's not a heel.
And he's a disingenuous asshole too. You watch. That was the main reason why people hated him in AEW. Because they can look at him and say, this is a disingenuous asshole with his goddamn three-piece suit on. Okay? This is what it is. So you can't be an anti-hero. Anti-heroes wore jeans and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. But what I'm hearing now is people don't mind a champion that is in a suit, well dressed, can carry himself.
Yes, Batista did it. I know. But I'm just saying, if you want to set this guy apart from everybody else, let him look like a badass.
I agree with that.
You don't look like. I'm sorry, but you can be a sharp dress. But Batista Batista was that way because Batista just came out of Evolution. But remember, when Batista turned heel, he stopped wearing the suits and shit. Motherfucker was wearing leather jeans, leather pants, and leather vests and shit. He looked like a badass. That's what you do.
Okay.
You can't be Mr. Corporate. I mean, the Rock was a heel, and he was corporate. That's what he did. Ric Flair was a heel, fucking $10,000 shoes, Rolex watches, styling and profiling, woo, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dusty Rhodes going to the pavement, you're funking like a monkey, cowboy boots on, tight ass jeans. You know what I'm
saying? So Wardlow in a suit presents himself more as a heel.
Wardlow in a suit presents himself, yes, more to me as a heel, because it's like, dude, why are you wearing a fucking suit? Go look like you got a physique. Show it off. That's what I'm saying. Just come out there, just come out there with some jeans on and some boots and like a wife beater on or something like that, and drop motherfuckers. That's what
I would cheer for that, honestly.
Exactly. That's an anti-hero. Now let me. Oh well, shit! I gotta go out there and do my second. Let me make sure I have my fucking Stacey Adams on, so I can go out here and fucking get out here in the fucking ring and do something. No, you want to look the part. Look the part. Do it right. That's what I'm saying.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that totally.
Like MJF wears suits and shit, right? He's a fucking heel. He's an asshole.
Yes.
That's my point.
Great pivot point, by the way.
Christian. Look the way Christian dresses. Slacks. Nice coats on and shit. Asshole heel.
Oh, he's an Uber asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Piece of shit.
He's an Uber asshole.
He's a good piece of shit. I like Christian.
Yeah, I like Christian too. Christian plays his role very well.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think I appreciate, and this is so weird to me. TNA Impact Christian, loved him. WWE Christian, not so much. AEW Christian, love him.
Christian, I don't know. Captain Charisma Christian.
Oh yeah,
WWE.
Yeah.
Loved him.
You're right.
Christian Cage, TNA with AJ Styles and Tomko.
Loved him.
AEW, Christian Luchasaurus. Love him.
Yes. You are right. It's weird. It's weird how that works out.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. Brood Christian, not so much.
Boo this man.
Yeah.
Who's the better one out of Edge and Christian? Edge or Christian?
Ooh, that's a tough one. They're both so good. If I have to pick one though, I got to go with Edge.
I'm gonna go with Christian.
I got to go with Edge because Edge was the first one to win the championship, and Edge was a part of some of the greatest stories in the history of this business. So I'm gonna go with Edge.
I'm gonna go with Christian.
Whole saga.
Even though it took him a long time to get to the top of the mountain, he got there. I appreciate the fuck out that shit.
Just a whole saga with him and Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Edge and Matt Hardy, that whole saga, and then just Edge being the first one to cash in the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
So, he's done some great shit. Not saying Christian hasn't, but if I got to pick one or the other, I'm going to pick him. Just like, the Hardy Boys. So, am I going to pick, Matt or Jeff? Fuck, go with Jeff. Because Jeff was doing all the crazy. Jeff was doing all the crazy shit. That's what people like. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. If I got to go with Hall and Nash,
Hall.
I'm gonna pick Hall.
I'm going Hall with that.
No disrespect.
No slight
Nash.
No disrespect.
But even fucking Kevin Nash will tell you, yeah, my boy Hall, he was a bad motherfucker. Fuck yeah,
bro. I watched WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
That was 17, right?
Which one?
Rock Hogan?
That was 18.
18.
Yeah.
18. I was watching that. Few things, we probably have to do a podcast on WrestleMania 18. Like that whole pay-per-view could be its own podcast. But I watched Scott Hall versus Stone Cold. And for all the great shit that Rock Hogan gets, Stone Cold Scott Hall was a fucking hard-hitting match.
Yeah, it's surprisingly. It's so weird, man, because if you listen to Bruce Pritchard's podcast, and he says, "Well, people just didn't want to see the NWO at the time." That ain't true.
No.
The NWO story was working in the WWE. It wasn't. It didn't stop working until Hogan turned face and left the group.
Right.
That's when they started having issues.
Right.
But if you look back at the feud between Stone Cold and Scott Hall, yeah, it was up there. It was. They were
Oh
doing some good
yeah.
stuff. Even though Stone Cold didn't want to do it.
Right.
He wasn't invested in it because he's like, if this dude's gonna fall off the wagon, why the hell are we even doing this?
Right.
But it was still good. That, I mean, shit, Hall was selling his ass off.
Bro, go back and watch that match. That match was
I recently
man, they was.
I mean, look at the way he told. Look at the way Austin the Hall sold those two Sunners.
Man, they both were just laying their shit all the way in that match, and I was like, holy fuck, man! I'm just like, I know I haven't watched this pay per view in a while, but rewatching it was like, man, that match was phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie.
They were the best two matches, in my opinion, on that show.
I agree. I thought that one and
DDP and Christian was good too.
You know what my underrated match for that pay-per-view is? And again, this whole pay-per-view can be a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
The most underrated match on that card for me was the match right after Rock versus Hogan. You had Lita, Trish Stratus, and Jazz in a fucking triple threat match.
Yeah, I remember.
And it didn't get a fucking reaction because everybody was just like the high of Rock and Hogan, everything in that match, and then they followed that. But that was probably one of the best matches on the card too.
And I have to tell you, one of the worst performances on the damn show. My God, Drowning Pools, the game. Now, if you listen to the game, the Drowning Pool song,
when he walked out, oh yeah.
Now
that shit was
on Forcible Entry, the CD.
Yeah,
the song is a banger,
but live, it was ass.
It was just like Motor. It was like Motorhead.
Yeah, live it was ass live. I was like, and what's funny is even now, like I skipped through that intro.
Yeah, I'm like, the same thing with Motorhead. Like R.I.P. Lemmy, but he could not get the lyrics right to that damn song for shit. I don't know what the hell was going on, but he can never get the lyrics right to the game. He did it twice. He had two performances at WrestleMania 17 and WrestleMania 21, and he cannot get the song right. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It was crazy. But yeah, that was actually that was a good WrestleMania. That one was damn good. 18 was I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one in 17. To me, nothing will top 17.
Oh, yeah. 17 is like an all-time.
It's like
I think that may be the best WrestleMania ever. I think that one may be.
It's like the 92 Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will top the 92 Rumble.
No, hell no. Nothing. They tried too. But nothing's gonna top that.
You can't top a match when you got Ric Flair, Davey Boy Smith, Ted DiBiase, Randy Savage, Jake Roberts.
Bro, everybody in that Rumble is in the Hall of Fame.
Kerry Von Erich, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Boss Man, Roddy Piper, Hogan, Savage, fucking Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
You got
Rotunda and for the belt. And it's like
WWE Championship.
For the belt.
Right.
With a tear in my eye.
Right. What do you say? Well, you're the king of a WWF. You rule the world.
Yeah. Hands down, that's the best Rumble. And I think 18's up there too, but 17 is it's hard to top. It's hard to top that,
right?
Because there was a whole bunch of shit that we had never seen in that WrestleMania.
Yep. Triple H and Jericho kind of actually after everything went downhill after Rock and Hogan, because nobody was going to top that.
Yeah, nobody was going to top that.
It's actually a good thing that Austin and Scott Hall went on way earlier in the show.
Yeah,
they would have to have followed that.
Yeah,
nobody was going to follow that. No one thought in a right mind that Hogan could actually bring it. Hogan.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what it was. Hogan brought it. Like Hogan tell you, Hogan when he came back there, they told him, "Look, you're gonna have to step your shit up here. You can't walk through the match. You're gonna have to really bring it." And for the most part, even at his age, how old was Hogan when he went back there? What 50, 54, 53?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, like that. He brought it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, him and Rock did back-to-back business. They did WrestleMania 18, and then they did No Way Out in Montreal.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Think of this shit. Like, go listen to that match. Don't watch it. Listen to it. Yeah. Who was the face and who was the heel of that match?
The face was Hogan. The heel was The Rock, and The Rock was being the performer that he is. He adapted to that shit.
Yes.
He's like, okay, this is the way y'all want to go. So
it was perfect. It was perfect. Oh, y'all want me to play the heel? Fuck it, I'll play the heel.
Yep. And then later on, when he became Hollywood Rock, he played that pretty good.
Yeah, that shit was tofu's ready.
Right.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, man. Final parting shots. What you got?
Final parting shots. Well, let's put it like this. MJF does not want to be compared to Alberto Del Rio. He basically stated, and I quote, "I'm not a racist. I'm not an abuser. I am not a woman beater. I'm not a bitch. And I'm not an overrated wrestler." MJF.
Mic drop. So, where did that fucking comparison come from?
I don't know. I guess because they both have scarves. That's it. Because I don't see the comparison.
I don't see it either.
I don't see anything.
I see nothing else. Yep. Even with the scarf, I wouldn't look at MJF and think, "Oh, that guy's trying to be like Alberto Del Rio."
I don't see it.
Yeah, whoever came up with that shit is, you're fired.
Yeah. Damn right, you're fired. Yeah,
you're fired because who the fuck thinks of that?
I don't know.
I wonder how Saraya felt about hearing that.
I don't know.
That's wild. That is wild. Kudos to MJF.
Got my Jake the Snake right here.
Where'd you get that from?
Remember the day we went to the
mall?
Oh,
yeah. Have you been back there?
Hell nah.
For those of you that don't know, there is a wrestling store in Rolling Oaks Mall in San Antonio.
Right.
It is the cool store itself. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool store. The mall.
Yeah. If the store was somewhere else,
it'd be a hit. It'd be a hit.
The mall is kind of sketchy. The mall has seen better days.
Oh yes. Do you know they're gonna have like a convention there, like a wrestling convention?
Oh really?
In that mall.
Okay, well then I guess we'll have to go.
No, we don't.
Have to go check it out.
So homeboy can sell you a TNA Impact belt.
Hey, look, the brother was like, because I showed him all my shit, and he was like, "Oh, big money, huh? Big spender." Like, fuck yeah, I am.
Hell yeah.
We ballers over here.
All right, man. Any more parting shots?
That's pretty much it, man. I ain't got
anything else. Just want to let y'all know, this show will be on Patreon. We're actually streaming to Patreon right now. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, we're actually streaming. We're streaming to Patreon, so all of our shows will be streamed to Patreon, and then the patrons get it first. They get to interact, and then we'll pump this out to the masses. So if you hear this, that means you're not a part of our Patreon. So join the Patreon. That way you get first dibs to this show and you can contribute to the podcast. We also are doing the run-ins. So I do have a little 5 to 10 recap that I try to keep up with called the No Gimmick Run-In that is on Patreon. It is exclusive to Patreon. Just a little recap of the shows. So make sure you guys go check those out. And yeah, the No Gimmick Podcast fan group on Facebook. Make sure you guys go join it. Like, share, subscribe. Frank D's wearing our merch. So if you are listening, go to teespring.com, search for Dat Feeling Podcast. You see the shirt that he's wearing if you're watching us. If not, go to teespring.com/Dat Feeling Podcast, search for the merch, get you a shirt, rock that shit, and make sure you take a picture and post it. And then finally, the homie Wiz's Beast came out with an album. Very phenomenal album. It's called Monsters Are Real. It is on our Bandcamp at datfeeling.bandcamp.com. Make sure you guys go check us out. So, those are the parting shots. Frank D, you got anything else you want to say?
Not at all.
Not at all. All right. Well, for us here at No Gimmicks, for
except
us
one
here,
thing.
Do it.
In order to help save the pet population, have your pet spayed or neutered. Control that.
Yes. Thank you. I was waiting. Thank you. All right, man. For us here at No Gimmicks on the DFPN, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace out and enjoy the fucking wrestling, people. Laters.